Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. It's me, Miss Mo. And so in this video, I'm actually going to be talking about the ebook that I wrote and released a few months ago, and how I have been, I'm looking down because I'm going to pull up the book, but how I have been, in a way, following my own advice and what, not just my advice, but just things that I've learned from life in general that I put in the ebook, and how that has been impacting me. So we're gonna get started. So the name of my ebook is How to Stop Watering Weeds. And I mentioned this in the guide, which is available on Amazon too, but I mentioned how watering weeds is how to stop watering weeds is a metaphor for basically how to stop wasting your time and to like truly love yourself and the space that you're in and the journey that you're on. And so throughout the book, there are a lot of garden metaphors in a way, and which is befitting because I love nature. But yeah, so that's pretty much what the book is about. And I just talk about, it's really an introduction to, for anybody that's interested in going on a self-love journey. Like kind of like, how do I start? How do I start? Which aspect of my life should I tackle first? And the thing that people should take away from the book is that, like, your journey is your journey, but the most important thing is to start. And you can start by looking at your, examining your spiritual health. You can examine your mental health. You can examine your emotional health, or you can examine your physical health and choose either of those areas of health and just kind of really dive into improving it. And it's kind of like, it doesn't matter where you start, because they're all going to lead to the same place and going to impact and influence all the other areas of health. So, hey y'all. I just pulled up the ebook. I haven't, to be honest with you, I haven't, or to whoever's watching, I haven't really looked at the ebook since I dropped it, because every time I do something that in a way kind of exposes myself to others, I kind of like, okay, bye, and I just kind of like leave. But which isn't a good thing. I need to sit in what I create. And so yeah, but in the book, and like I mentioned before, it's a really interactive guide. So if you are able to purchase it, again, it's on Amazon for $10, and it's an ebook. Take it where you want to go. Basically, there's spaces to write in it and all that other stuff, because it's an interactive guide for you to really understand that, like, this book is really, really helping. I'm not trying to talk to you. I'm trying to, in a way, talk with you, if that makes sense. Talk with you about your spiritual health, and just like to really have you analyze where you are and where you're trying to go. So there is a section of the book. There's a self-care challenge. There's a self-care tracker, so you can see, like, so you can keep track of how you're taking care of yourself. Okay, so it's actually chapter 3 of the book, and it's a short book too. It's chapter 3 of the book and that chapter focuses on water. And meaning behind this chapter, let me see what time it is. The meaning behind this chapter is really how you pouring back into yourself. And so I highlight ways, and there are multiple other ways, but I'm just, for simplicity purposes, I just narrowed it down to just six ways to, like, really pour back into yourself, or to water yourself and your health. The first thing was to reclaim your time. Y'all, when I quit my job, I reclaimed my time because I felt as if I felt so lost. Like there are so many things that I'm doing beyond my job, and the fact that my job was in a way morally corrupt, um, maybe a little financially too, but I'm gonna stick with the morally, okay? Maybe a little morally corrupt, and so it was a very internal battle of like, should I stay? Should I go? Should I stay? Should I go? And it made me feel so lost. So I needed to. I know that sometimes the best way to simplify your life is just to start from scratch. Like, just remove it. And if it's supposed to come back, it will come back. But where it's at in your life at this moment in time is really not helping you. So I removed it by the grace of God. Because, again, it's not easy to leave your job. And I don't, if I'm talking about it in a way that makes it seem as if it's just a like, la, 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 that's my coping mechanism. But it's not an easy decision to do. And so, but I needed to, going back to the book, reclaim my time. So that's what I did. I reclaimed my time. I poured back into me by giving myself the most valuable thing that all of us have on this earth, which is time. The second thing is, the second step in like to pouring back into yourself is like list the activities that that make your heart smile, that make you smile within your heart. And those activities are, it could be any activities, just really activities that make you feel joy. The third thing was to commit to a physical wellness activity. That could be, I don't, maybe sometimes hearing the word exercise can scare people off. Just call it a physical wellness activity. That could be anything. That could be walking, that could be dancing, that can be boxing, that can be jogging, that can be weightlifting, that could be yoga, that could be whatever is going to get your body to move. Commit to that, because that's how you pour back into yourself, by taking care of the biggest instrument that you have, which is your body. The fourth thing, which is kind of like, is going to influence some things I'm going to be doing on my channel, which is to write a list of short-term and long-term goals. We're going to get to that a little bit later. But yeah, write goals for yourself. Visualize what you want for yourself and what you're working towards, instead of in a way kind of like fumbling in the dark. You are the master of your own fate. People are talking a lot about manifestation, like since in the past couple of years. Manifest. In order for you to manifest, you have to visualize the life that you want. And I mean, like, truly believe it. And sometimes, yeah, you have to believe it. And that may take time for you to believe, but while you're working towards that, it's not going to hurt you to work towards that goal. And if it's not the right visualization for yourself in a way, like, if you can't really feel it, you can't really see it, you can't really experience it, then maybe that's not the, maybe that's not the goal that you need to be reaching. But while you're working towards that goal, you might find something else on that path. So, but just to like create visions for yourself, create a goal for yourself, create a target point. The fifth step was to kind of going back to like step 2, in which step 2, in which I mentioned those activities that bring you joy. After you list them, engage in them. Like, you have the opportunity to be on this earth and to breathe and to live. Like, why deny yourself true joy? Not like some artificial joy, but like true joy, things that will make you happy. And so that's my step 5, is to like engage in those and be intentional about engaging in those activities. And then the last step was to walk in your fear. Whatever you are afraid of, don't just run in it. I'm not saying run, walk. Take your time because it's scary. But what you will see is that you will see a new version of yourself on the other side, because, and I see this a lot with I feel like people who are like super faithful, they just, sometimes it feels as if they just go, you know, and it's like, aren't you scared? Aren't you afraid? And they're like, and most of the time their response is, for what? God has me. And I think it's just a level of freedom to not be fearful and to know that what, in a way, whatever happens, happens, but you will come out on the other side, in a way, a better version of yourself. So yeah, but those were my 6 steps to watering yourself, pouring back into yourself. And so, like I said, there's going to be like a part 2 to this video, in which I'm going to dive more into doing the short-term goals and the long-term goals, because that's going to influence my channel. But thank you all for watching. If you want your copy of How to Stop Watering Weeds, go to Amazon, the Kindle section, type in How to Stop Watering Weeds, and you can download your purchase from there for $10. But all right, I'll talk to you later. Bye. Want to begin a self-love journey but don't know where to start? Then purchase your copy of How to Stop Watering Weeds by visiting Amazon today. Just go to Amazon, visit the Kindle section, type in How to Stop Watering Weeds, and purchase your copy of the e-guide for $10 today.